Hello, you guys. So, in today's tutorial, we'll be making a drinking game just for the ladies. So, we're going to start off in Canva in a landscape design. You can use any 11.5 times 8 design, and because that'll fit on a whole paper sheet. This little old martini glass I generated in Canva's AI images and just remove the background. So I'm going to start off by choosing some writing and some texting styles that I see fit for this. Of course, I'm going to choose this just because it's green. I'm going to start off by adjusting the colors. And I'm going to go with a light shade of green with a white background. And to change the background, you just go to the effects. And also in effects, you can do outlines and shadow, etc. So for this next step, I am going to choose to do some double lines, which you'll see later at the end of the video. I didn't actually use them. I just have this idea for double lines, but it never seems to work out. So we're just going to forget about those and move those double lines over there to the side. And I'm going to go to elements and type in Tic Tac Toe. And that's where I got this whole big Tic Tac Toe image from. It is so much easier than just doing your lines and rotating them 90 and 180 degrees. So once I got that done, I'm going to adjust the color of the actual Tic Tac Toe board and I'm going to begin decorating. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind that this particular style that I'm doing is going to be editable. So the buyer will literally be able to edit the whole design once they purchase the template. So my style for this, I'm going to keep it basics. For my wording, I got all from ChatGPT using a prompt. If you're interested in learning about gaming prompts, please comment below and I will link a video or I will upload a video talking more detail about prompts. So I'm going to just, after I copied and paste my font, I'm going to adjust the font and align left and making sure I have the things bold and unbolded that I like. And then I'm going to adjust it and move it over on the side because this whole sheet is actually the gaming board that you will be able to actually print and laminate and keep. Design somewhat like you like it and cropped and everything. Look how you see how this sides right here. I love to bring the sides in, and especially when I'm making the cards because it helps the design much easier if everything is aligned. So I added a little back image to this, but you can just click a image and put it as a square onto your actual Tic Tac Toe board. But I aligned it with my image because I wanted it to sit perfect and I didn't want to do too much clicking. So in elements, you're going to get a regular square. In this case, I chose a rounded corner one, and you're going to adjust it to the size of your board. And again, this is totally optional. I'm just showing you the method and the design style that I chose. But even this whole tic-tac-toe board, I end up changing the background image to something a little more fun. So we're going to round the corners of this blue square here. And then, of course, we're going to line it up, make sure it's all straight. I kept it in blue so I can see good. Now I'm going to change it to white and go over here to transparency and I'm going to make it transparent. In my position tab right here, I'm going to move that backwards And I'm going to keep adjusting it to where the actual tic tac toe lines can be seen. So in this case, I'm going to have to probably adjust this image as well. Just go over here to transparency. Again, this is my method, and I change my method every day. I never do nothing the same. Sometimes I think I make it harder for myself. So these lines, finally, they just gotta go. I had this really cool idea with these double lines to like make the images go between them, but for this particular design, it won't work. And again, this is an editable template for the buyer to be able to edit themselves. So in this case, I'll get rid of those. So I'm just going to continue adjusting in the images and also my fonts. Now that that is done, I'm going to go to Elements and I typed in bar and club images, and I just got this little image right here. I'm going to just use a piece of it and use it for my background for my sip and toe theme tic tac tick tock no tic tac toe board, excuse me. So now that's a tongue twister. I should have put that on one of the cards. So now that I got it somewhat adjusted and fixed, let's go over here and make the cards. So go to Canva, and I got this regular rounded square, and I'm going to go to position, and on the width I'm going to type 2.5, the height 3.5, and then I'm going to lock it. That is going to be my card size throughout the whole process. So I'm going to adjust the colors and add my little generated AI image. And then I'm going to remove the background of this image. But first, let me adjust it. I'm going to play around with these colors and try to get something that I like. See how I'm closing in, because when I do my next card, I don't want those lines to interfere with my next card. I'm going to continue adjusting the size and play around with it a little bit until I get it in the color that I want. Let go my double lines. And I want to put like a border around here, but it looks like, see, still won't. I hate this little double lines. So now I'm going to look for a rectangle then, because I really want to put a border, like a little border frame line around my actual card. But all of these rectangles don't have four spots where you can move. This one does. Let me see if this will work. I'm going to rotate it. And then I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees and see if it'll work. See, it won't work. So I have to find, oh, there go one. But no, maybe if I make it smaller, it will. Let's see. Change the color to green to see if I can make it work. Okay, I got a line. It ain't my double lines, but it's a line. Just the process will be fun. So I'm just gonna adjust it and make sure that everything is within the frames, because these little glasses have little olives, and the olives have like a toothpick, and the toothpick got to be within the lines. And I'm just gonna change the color of my card to like a green, keep up with the green theme. There we go. Now I'm going to group this all together and then duplicate it. So you're going to duplicate it. Since it's landscape, I can only do 4 cards. But the main thing is I need to make sure that there's enough space for cutting and room for the bleed lines. So just making sure they don't touch the bleed lines and there is room in between. Then I'm going to just simply group all of these together and duplicate it. So now that's the back of the cards. So now you can just duplicate the pages because I want the cards to still be in the same spots. So I always double and triple check everything I do. So look at me, pretend like I don't know math, pretend like I don't know my eights. But I'm gonna double check everything because again, I'm selling this template and I just like to be as thorough as possible. So once you duplicated all of your pages, it should look like this. You have all your pages with your theme, and now the cards are coming along. So now let's work on the wording. So now the fun part. The words. So again, remember I used ChatGPT to come up with all my wording. So now I just have to delete all these images, which you can do it another way. I'll have to show you. But for now, we're just going to ungroup everything and then we're going to go to position and then layers, and we're going to click all the martini glasses, and then we're going to delete them. It's easy, but the other way of doing the cards is maybe easier. But again, like I said, I sometimes make things difficult. So the main thing is to ungroup them and then delete the images. And now I'm going to go over to my other screen because I have dual monitors, and I'm just going to copy and paste all my words on this blank cards now. Remember, we cannot move these cards no more because we need them to print front and back. So don't move them from this point. And if you happen to move one, duplicate that page. So now I am pasting all my wording on the cards because front and then back. So as you can see, I'm just copying and copying it because once I got it inside of my frame lines, all I have to do is just change the wordings on each one, and I'm going to repeat these steps. And sometimes in ChatGPT, if you don't copy and paste from the right to the left, you will get the little bullets that they give you. So just a little tip. So again, you just copy and paste all your wordings, and you do this until you have all your wordings complete. If you guys want any more tutorials on templates and games, journals, ebooks, logos, chip bags, candy bar bags, cups, you name it, you just leave a comment down below and I'll break it down step by step. But one thing for about me, I'm just gonna give it to you raw because I want you to see the real life process, how it works. I don't care if I make mistakes in the video because mistakes happen. We're crafting. It ain't that serious. So you're gonna continue to copy and paste all your wordings on all your cards, and you can just duplicate your pages and then enter your words. That way your cards stay in the same location. But I'm gonna let y'all watch me work. So once you have your page duplicated, remember all the words are going to be a duplicate of just what you just previously did. So you're going to copy and you're going to paste your new set of cards, which are new wordings, into the frames of this particular page. And you're going to repeat this. So once you got all your words on your cards, it should look something like this. You'll have your fronts and then you'll have your backs. Make sure that you have the set a number of pages that you want for your front and the corresponding amount for your backs. Like, don't be like me. See, I had to delete extra page because I'm always making mistakes. So always double check your work, especially if you're selling templates. So this is how it's looking thus far. I'm just double checking things before I finally decide to move on. I think I'm gonna center this. And for some reason, I'm not liking that martini glass, but I'll probably gonna change it. Yeah. So now that that's assembled, let's work on the tokens. We're just going to add another page and click those same martini glasses. And now this is how I generated the martini glasses. I just went to generate my own image. I type in pair of martini glasses, something really simple and basic, just to see what else it gives me. I like, let me see, I like this one. Even if I don't use this now, I want to go and save it in my upload so I at least have it for later. So this is really simple to make. We're going to remove the background on the images. So basically this is your X and then this is going to be your O. Let me see if there's any more martini glasses. Get you a circle and elements, and I'm going to just change the color of that to green, and then I'm going to bring that to the front and adjust it in there. Bring in, let me see, then adjust it a little bit more because I hate those lines coming out. It always mess up my design later. If you know, you know. So I'm going to group it, duplicate it. Decided just to work with this one instead of both of them. And I'll just like change the color green. So for the X and then the O so they can know the difference. As you're playing the game will actually make sense. I think I'm gonna go with the purple because I have some purple elements on the first page. Then I'm going to group it. You want to make sure that these actually fit inside your spaces. So you want to take it up to the actual space. I just go all the way up with it in my hand and then fit it in there and then bring it all the way back down. And oh, look at Canva want to act funny today. Got me a whole blank sheet. Okay, no worries. I'm just gonna go get you back from the top. Canva sometimes trip. Not all the time. Not like Cricket. Cricket be giving me problems, even after all the updates. So basically I got this here, so I need to match that size. I can ungroup it and then just change, duplicate it and change the color. But again, I told you I'm complicated. So look at me, feeling like a graphic designer, lining up, making sure they match. So now that I have those two done, I want people to at least know that these are tokens. I'm going to group them and just do an extra one just cuz. I'm just going to do a general text, add a header, nothing fancy. I'm going to type tokens so they'll know that this is the actual game pieces that they need to print and laminate. So that wasn't too bad. So now let's work on the box. So for box, you're going to go to elements and type box template. And you're going to see me grabbing a few different boxes because I always forget which box that I use. But it's one particular box that allows me to change the background color. And if you're using Cricut, you can change the background colors, take a screenshot, and then bring it back to Canva. Once you slice it in Cricut, if you want to do like a fancy background, I love that slice tool in a Cricut because you can really elevate your boxes to the next level and do pattern backgrounds like, like the Purse LV or something like that. So this is the actual box template. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab me a square here under elements, this time without the rounded corners. I'm gonna change that square to 2.5 by 3.5 and I am going to lock it. This square will be my model that I use to make sure that my box actually fit the actual card. So I'm just going to make it big and then put the box, the little square or rectangle now there, and then I'm going to adjust it till it get to the same size of the actual rectangle. So you just go in the little corners and adjust it more or less that you need. And gonna just adjust this a little bit. Okay. And you really kind of want this to be perfect, but it's okay to go a little bit over because this is the box. So it don't have to fit airtight, but you do want it to fit. So now you're going to change the white portion to the colors that you want. And in this case, I'm going to try a few options until I get the box the color that I want it. I want it to be vibrant because that's the theme. I'm going to take the same recently used element that I did and I'm going to put it on all of my corners, the top one and the two lefts, just to make the box a little fancy. And two, to be a blueprint so they'll know the sizes that they need to make their images. But I'm going to change it to click and drag and drop styles for my actual buyers. So, and I'm going to sell two versions, one game already made and the other one drag and drop. So this one template would be able to generate two sources of income for me. And again, if you guys want more tutorials, I will be glad to teach you. So I'm going to get my same elements, remove the background, and you're going to see me playing around with all the elements until I get the design somewhat to my desire. Going to adjust my little martini glasses. See that little corner there? Always got to make sure that it fits inside. Now I'm going to take my font, the same one that I used before, and I'm just going to name it Sip and Toe. and I'm going to begin to adjust my colors that I want for it. And you can do like change all, but I prefer not to because sometimes it change the whole. If you just highlight it, it'll change everything that you need. Go to effects, and it's already got background highlighted, and I'm going to change it to white. So I'm going to adjust the wording just a little bit. Play around with it. That's the fun about designing. You can play around with it until you like it. Remember, you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but that is okay. That's why they got the editable version. So I'm going to just duplicate that same wording and put it on the back part of the box. And I'm going to find some little Tic Tac Toe, something to put on the box to make it a little more so they'll actually know that sipping toe is not an actual toe. Hey, it's actually a game, Tic Tac Toe game in a box. Okay, 2025 version, Tic Tac Toe, double O. I'm gonna get one of these martini glasses. Probably use the left one and gonna make it significantly smaller and put it there. Gonna go and duplicate it and kind of lean that one over, make it a little interesting. Look at me going back looking at this. I'm not sure if that's the one I want to use, but I do want them to know it's Tic Tac Toe though. So uh, we'll just go with it. So this is how the game looks. So you have the game board, you got your fronts, you got your backs, your tokens, and then your actual boxes. Wow, that took me like 30 minutes to make. So it really wasn't bad. Again, if you guys would want more tutorials on anything, I would really love for you guys to subscribe and consider leaving a comment down below and also liking the videos. My name is Sasha, and again, this is Dainty Crafters, and I had so much fun crafting with you guys. Please consider subscribing.